My name is Heather, and welcome to another episode of Season 2 of Cover to Cover Canva Edition, my series where I share my process with you creating a children's book using Canva elements. I'll include my copyright reminder here. And remember, this isn't a tutorial, this is just me sharing my process with you. So if you'd like more step-by-step instructions, then check out the videos that I'll link in the description. I have Lorene's book pulled up here, and last episode we did the scene with the kids building stuff out of clay. So for this episode, we're going to do the next page, which says, Megan was friendly and had a nice smile. We played at the sand table for a long while. And the next page says, we played outside because it was nice weather and some of the children played games together. So these will definitely be two different scenes because one is outside and one is inside at the sand table. And we already have the sand table up here in a previous scene. So let's just copy everything on this page and I'll paste it down here. And then I'll copy the background color. So I'll just click on the background and copy and come down here and paste. One thing I do want to change here about the text is that the way it's broken up isn't how you would naturally say it. So you would say it, we played at the sand table for a long while. So I'm going to change it so that we have the word sand table together. And then I'll put for a long while on the next page. And since I have this red-haired girl in a lot of the book, we could have her be Megan. And we don't want this scene to be exactly the same as the other scene with the sand table. So let's change out Joey's body so he's kind of doing something different. And we'll pick a different Megan here because she had a lot of other poses. And what I'm thinking is, since this is kind of a repeat of a page before anyways, then how about we mix it up and put it in a little bubble, a little frame, so that way it'll be a little different than the other picture with the sand table. So I'll go ahead and delete some of these extra things because when we have the frame here, there's not going to be a lot of room for extra stuff on the sides anyways. And let's pick some new poses for them. So I'm going to go to Elements, and I'll go to Recently Used and see all. And then I'm just going to scroll down until I find those characters. So here's Megan, and I'm going to click the three dots and do View Collection. I like this one because she's looking to the side. So if we flip it, then she'll actually be kind of looking at Joey. And then let's just delete the other one. And then for Joey, let's go back to Elements, and under Recently Used, I'll click See All, and I'll find that boy that we were using for Joey's body. There he is. So I'm going to click the three dots and do View Collection. I feel like this one might work because his hands are kind of down, like where they could be playing with the sand. And I'll change the colors to match Joey. Now I'm just going to double click into the image so that I can crop his head off. And I am going to need to crop part of his shoulder off there, but that's okay. I can just fill it back in with an oval. So I'm just going to press the letter C on my keyboard to bring up a circle, and I'll make it the same color as the shirt. And then I'm going to size it down. And then I'm going to grab Joey and I will ungroup him. I'll bring the graphic over here, and then I'll just bring his head over here. Now I can go ahead and delete his old body. I'm just going to flip his body around, and that way he's kind of facing Megan. And now I will group all that together, and I can pull him over here. Now we could put some of the toys in their hands. That would be cool. So I'm going to search in the elements for sand toys. Oh, maybe she can be holding a sand bucket. Here's a cute sand bucket. One thing I don't like is that you can't really see the handle of the bucket here very well. And this isn't vector, so you can't change the colors up here. So I'm going to go to Edit Image, Adjust, and I'm going to scroll down and go to Color Edit, and I'm going to click that light blue, and I'll just change that to a different color. I'm going to bring the brightness down too, so that way it'll be darker. Also, when you bring the brightness down, it's a good idea to bring the saturation up, because when you bring the brightness down, it'll usually make it look a little more grayish or muddy. And I can easily make her fingers go over the handle with just some circles. So I'm going to press the letter C on my keyboard to bring up a circle. And then I'm going to change the color to be the same color as her fingers here. And I'll resize it smaller. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to make this into an oval. And then I'll just rotate it a little bit. Go ahead and duplicate that for the rest of the fingers. Her other hand is up too, so I feel like we should have something in that hand also. Ooh, she could be holding this little truck. That looks fun. And then I'm just going to copy the same fingers over. The only thing that I don't like is that the red in the truck really blends in with her hair color. I feel like you don't see it very well. And this is one that you can't edit the colors. So I have the truck selected, and I'll go to Edit Image. I'll go to Adjust, and I'm going to scroll down and do Color Edit. And then I'll click on that reddish color, and I'll just change the hue here. And actually the yellow kind of blends in with her shirt too. So let's change the yellow to something else. I like that pink and blue. That's cute. I'm thinking maybe we can put like a little sand castle in front of Joey. This one's cute, and the good thing about it is that I can change the colors. So I can make the sand color match this other same sand color. So I'm going to go up here and edit these colors. Since we only have like these little pieces of those other toys showing, I'm just going to cover those up. So I'm going to press the letter C on my keyboard to bring up a circle. I will change the color to be the same color as the sand, and I'll just make it smaller. And then I think we do need something in his hand here. We can maybe have him holding a little starfish toy or something. So let's go ahead and zoom in, and I'll put this little starfish over here, and then I can just copy over the girl's fingers, and then I'll come over here and paste, and I'll make these the same color as his skin. I'm going to extend some of these fingers to make them whole fingers. I just feel like it'll make a little more sense that way. Now let's add a frame. Because you can't use Canva frames to frame multiple elements like I have right here, I have my own frames, and they're up on my website for $5. And I'm going to use one of those, and that way you can frame an entire scene that has a bunch of elements. And then we still have some extra space up here, so I'll press the letter R on my keyboard to bring up a rectangle, and I'll just cover that, and I'll make the rectangle white. And I think I'll move what's inside of the scene up a little bit so that we have some of these little things you can actually see what they are. And actually, I could probably make them bigger now that I think about it and kind of zoom in on it. Let's do that instead. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. I'm actually thinking we might need to change it to be on 2 lines, so that way it'll fit a little bit better. Now for the next page, they're going to be playing outside because it's nice weather. So the cool thing about that is that we have our previous page where we had the slide here and the grass and stuff. So we can go ahead and copy the slide and the ground. We'll copy the sky color too. And I think I'll also copy this cloud. We're going to have it be a little bit of a different layout though. So I definitely want to move the ground down a bit, and the slide isn't going to be so far in the background. Let's copy the grass over. I'm going to flip it so it doesn't look so repetitive. Let's see if we can find a kid that can be going down the slide. Let's go to Elements, and I'll go to my recently used again. And let's find one of the kids we used before. Oh yeah, I liked this one. So let me click on that and do view more by that artist. And let's see if we can find one where he's maybe kind of sitting so he can be going down the slide. Oh, actually, this one's kind of cool of kicking the soccer ball because we had a soccer ball in this previous one. So that actually would make sense. I'll use this one because I think it's the same character that we used up here. I think it's that kid. And for this one, I think maybe we want a girl. So I'm going to search in this artist stuff for girl. I'm not finding anything that could work, but we do have this girl here. Maybe if we put it like up here, like she's about to go down the slide. We just need her to be happy and not sad or scared because she does not look very happy. So we can mess around with the face a little bit. Also, let's make it so that the bar of the slide goes in front of her, and then that way she'll really look like she is kind of in between those bars sitting on top of the slide. So I'm going to put her here, and I'm just going to actually duplicate the slide and put it in front of her. And then I'll just crop off any part that I don't want in front of her. So that's going to be basically the entire right side here, like that. And I'll pull this part up and done. Actually, I think she'd be maybe back a little bit. And then we can crop this again. Okay, the only thing is part of the seat of the slide is getting into it. So let's go just to here. And then I can just kind of finish up this little part right here with a curve. So I'm going to go to elements and I'll search for curve and I'll grab this. This is one of my favorite curves to use. I'm going to make it the same color as that slide part right here that we want to overlap that part of her foot. And then I'll just rotate it. That looks pretty good. Now let's make her happy. I'm going to cover up her mouth with a circle. So I'll press the letter C on my keyboard to bring up a circle, make it the same color as her skin, and then I'll cover up her mouth. So then we can put a smile there instead. I'll also cover up her little tears. Yeah, I guess her eyebrows actually don't look very excited either. So let's cover up her eyebrows as well. I can probably use that same curve I used before. Let's give her some new facial features. I'm going to look for smile. This one's good. Let's just change the colors a little bit. And then I'll give her some eyebrows. And now, of course, we need to add Joey in. So I'll grab him from here, put him here. And we just need to pick a different body. So I'll go to elements and recently used. Find his little body double here. We could probably use this one and have him like flying a kite. I think that would be really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and change the colors. Now I'm going to double click and crop his head off. And it does get a little bit of the hand. So what I could do is I'll just duplicate this and stick it in the same spot. And then I'll double click into this one and I'll crop it where I'll keep the hand and I'll take off everything else. So now we get to keep the hand there. I'm also going to crop off these legs and then I'll grab this and duplicate it again. And I'll double click into that. And I'm going to crop off everything but the legs. And that way we'll have this separate piece right here that we can make the shoe color the same color as his shoes over here. Now I'm going to group his whole body together and I'll come over here and ungroup and bring it over here. And now I'm just going to add a little string for the kite. So I'm going to go to elements and shapes and then I'll just grab a line and then I'm just going to connect this with his hand here and I'll make it skinnier. And let's change the color too so it's not so black. We can make it like a gray. And since this hand is kind of out like this, let's duplicate it so his other hand is more of like holding it. I think this actually is supposed to go to the middle of the kite. So let's grab the kite and maybe I can just rotate it a little bit. That way the line is kind of going to the middle. Now for some last little details, I'll just add some little tufts of grass underneath their feet and stuff. We could also add a sun here because it says it was nice weather, because I do feel like we could use something up here in the corner. Now let's go ahead and preview this in Simplebooklet. So I'll go to Share, Simplebooklet Flip, All Pages. Here are the pages that we did today. So we have Joey and Megan at the sand table, and we have the kids playing outside here. I think it looks really cute. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments of ways that you think I can make it better. And if you're working on your own children's book, join my Creativity Club on Facebook, where we share our projects and support and motivate each other. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, or as always, you can email me at heather@heathercash.com. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so I know to make more videos like this. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.